A very good afternoon, dear children, faculty, and our staff. Dear children, as we keep emphasizing that you are the ones in whose hands the world, the earth, the world lies in, very fragile. If you do not handle it with care, your own survival will be tough, and we do not know what the coming generations will have to look into. This World Water Day that we are celebrating on 22nd March every year, the purpose is not to do the formality, that we come, visit, we excuse our classes, we have a get together, and that's over. I'm happy that many of you did go today to do a internal survey throughout the campus, creating awareness, and through this you have learned a lot of things. I want to make you people realize about the water crisis, that if not today, maybe not tomorrow. For that, I have prepared one presentation based on the data that speaks on what dangerous verge we are standing at. That if we do not take precautions, we may, when I'm talking about we, I'm talking about the entire living organism throughout the earth. Then for none of these be ever ended tomorrow. So as it is the theme this time, water is the driving force of all nature, according to Leonardo da Vinci. The lifeline we are losing. So on this we have some factual data. The reality of water crisis, this we need to reflect on. Water covers 71% of Earth's surface, yet only 2.5% is the fresh water, roughly around 3. Less than 1% is accessible for human use. Out of that 2.5, only 1% is accessible to human use. However, the earth is covered by 71% of water on Earth's surface. 4 billion people face water scarcity for at least 1 month a year. 4 billion people face water scarcity at least 1 month every year, depending and varying different geographical aspects. 700 million people may be displaced due to water shortage by 2030. Remember, 700 million people may have to, be displaced by 2030, and we are already on 2025. Just in 5 years. Just see how close we are to this calamity. We have just 5 years and the situation will be this. Every drop counts. Every drop matters. That at the end of the slide you will understand how one drop matters. And yet we waste it every day. Imagine a world where water is luxury, not a basic need. That future is closer than we think. The water will be sold like most of the precious things, and we won't have the proper, it will be prized as one of the most luxurious things. In fact, this is the water scarcity kind of a data that is a looming disaster worldwide, across the world. If we look at the global water crisis facts, then look at the Cape Town, day zero, city nearly ran out of water. Then we have Chennai in 2019. Groundwater depletion left millions struggling for drinking water. Then if you see Middle East and Africa, extreme droughts are triggering mass migrations. In California, severe droughts impacting agriculture and daily life. And these are the, in fact, when I was collecting the data, we were going through different, facts and collecting the data from there. If we come to the, in India, about the same water scarcity, then India's reality is that 600 million people face high to extreme water stress. It may be in any form. And 21 major Indian cities, including Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, find they will run out of groundwater by 2030, according to the Niti Aayog. Rivers are drying up. Close by, you see the condition of Yamuna. The same is happening with Ganga. They have critically low water levels. And well said, water scarcity is not tomorrow's problem. It's today's emergency. That to be dealt with just immediate presence. Now if we see the causes of water scarcity, what is it that is creating this problem? Why we are having this water scarcity? What are the reasons? Then major reasons are, overconsumption. We are not in a condition to set a limit of on our consumption, to set a cap on our consumptions. We are wasting it like anything else. Industries, agriculture, and urbanization. These are the places where overconsumption is happening. Climate change, rising temperature, that reduces, rainfall and deplete water bodies. Deforestation is another major cause. There is a less greenery and then leads it to, reduce groundwater recharge. If we are not letting the water reach to the ground, then no recharge, no renewal, and that will turn into the groundwater shortage. Then we have water pollution, that is contaminated rivers and lakes. They reduce usable water. Like years back, Yamuna used to be one of the good source of water, but as of now, the water of Yamuna is not even worth taking baths. So this is how we are polluting even the remaining a little amount of water out of that 71%, that 1% we have. Even we are not letting that remain so. The factories and all these places, they are letting their waste drainage into the rivers and letting it polluted. And then lack of efficient management. There is a wastage, outdated irrigations and leaking pipelines. These are one of the major issues where our management of water resource is lacking. And it is another well said line, we don't just use water, we misuse it, and this is the truth, this is the reality. Water pollution, that is poisoning our future. If we see two things, one is the hard truth, another is the real life examples. 80% of wastewater worldwide is discharged untreated. 80% of wastewater is discharged untreated. That can be treated and can be reusable. But it's let out untreated, so that is another major problem. India alone generates 62 billion liters of sewage daily, and out of that 62 billions of liters of sewage daily, only 30% is treated. Okay, and then plastic pollution is another major cause. Every minute a truckload of plastic enters our oceans. Every minute. You count these minutes into hours and hours into days, and then you keep counting and see what impact it is having. Then industrial waste, the heavy metals, chemicals, toxins, they make rivers unsafe. And real life examples, let's take Ganga river pollution. Despite cleanup efforts, this river is heavily polluted, and we claim calling it a sacred river when the water is completely polluted. See, Yamuna river, a toxic foaming, and it's unsafe for human or animal life. Let drinking be kept aside. Then we have floods, we have Michigan's water crisis 2024 that led contamination and poison thousands of people across. So we are turning life-giving water into poison for our own selves, for our generations. What could be the impact of this water crisis, and who will be the most affected ones? I am just taking the examples of just humans to make you sensitized. But because of this water pollution, contamination of water, a lot of living organisms in water, they are getting extinct species by species every day. So children, every 2 minutes a child dies from waterborne diseases. Every 2 minutes one child dies due to waterborne disease. Then farmers, the crop failure due to the droughts and water scarcity lead to poverty and suicides. So many incidents and examples. Information, news you might be getting about the farmers. Women in many of the remote areas where especially on the mountain regions and all, the women, when the men go for the work, the women have to go to kilometers and carry the load of water on their heads. That is happening. So they will be the one of the ones directly suffering. And our economy, that is another thing that is going to get affected. Water shortage will cause 6% of India's GDP by 2050. 6% just due to water issues. If we are able to reach up to 2050. Because the crisis, the verge of the crisis, we are standing here, looking forward to that level is something very difficult. And water crisis isn't just about thirst, it's about survival. Now, fine, I was talking about the issues. Now what the individuals, we as individuals can do. I am not here to threaten you, but to sensitize you. To make you understand what the future would be if we do not manage it today. Now, if we have to manage it today, what would be our roles and responsibilities? Just we need to look into this. Simple yet powerful actions. Some facts are here also. Turn off taps. A dripping tap can waste 15 liters a day. A dripping tap can waste 15 liters a day. A minor dripping. अगर एक बूंद वाटर टैप से पानी गिर रहा है तो that waste minimum of 15 liters in one day. Fine. Reduce. So what we need to do? Reduce water usage in daily activities. Another thing, like shorter showers, using buckets instead of hoses. And how much it affects, that I'll let you know in later slides. But this is one of the things that we need. Fix the leaks. If there is a leakage, a small leakage can waste 100 liters of water every day. A small leakage. And it will increase depending on the, how vast is the leakage. Then harvesting rainwater. Every home can save thousands of liters through rain harvesting. Use water efficient appliances like low flow taps, dual flush toilets, fine, and reuse and recycle water like grey water for gardening, cleaning. Lot of ways we can reuse them. If each of us saves a little, together we can save a lot. This is one thing simply we can start with. Now, if we come to the students, it becomes a major force. Fine, what you as students do to save water. Students can be the game changer. You people as students can protect, can save this earth. Awareness campaigns. You must educate families, friends and schoolmates, and that was the purpose. We tried to send you to our, the staff families here, so that you may educate them, you may make them understand. I am sure that after these slides, you will be able to collect some information and factual data, and again you may visit sometime sooner or frequently to the staff families and educate them with the major and minors, how to save water and how to protect. Big changes may start from saving one drop. Okay? Then water audits. Monitor water uses in schools and homes. If you have good plans, that is why I wanted Mr. Jachan and his team of plumbing staff to be here, because you people can give your ideas about the water audit. You people can sometimes accompany them, make them realize, make them understand, and give them ideas about how to save water. Fine. Then community cleanup drives. Protect rivers, lakes and ponds. And innovations. Develop smart water saving technologies and solutions. For example, just simple one. Nowadays there are the sensors that when the tank is full, there comes a sensor, there comes an indication that tank is full, now turn off the motor. Similarly, for other things also, you may make innovations. You can take the help of our ATL, fine, ATL mentor, and work on making some innovations as how to save maximum water. Then advocate for policy change. Push for stricter laws on water conservation. How to save more water, you must think and push for the strict laws. A child's voice can shake the world, and be that voice for water. Be it you, the voice, and let that be voice for water conservation. And what if we don't do anything? What if we don't do anything? Wars over water. Previously, many of the wars in the Gulf countries have been fought because of oil. Now, water is turning to be more precious than oil. So the time is not far when the major wars may lead to the world wars be fought for water. That time is coming soon. For that, it may be 2050 will be too long. It may be sooner. If not, measures taken today. More day zeros, like Chennai, Cape Town, and other examples, California, other examples I was giving. So more such day zeros may affect major cities across the world, where the groundwater will be completely depleted. Extinction of aquatic life. So polluted and dried up rivers will kill biodiversity, especially related to water, aquatic life. But that will affect normal life as well, because the life on land also goes through water. This picture is an example of how these things can lead to severe issues, including world war. They will have a future without water, and if there is a future without water, then there is no food, no life, no survival. If we expect a future without water, then we are sure that there won't be food, no life, no survival. So ignoring the crisis today means suffering tomorrow, or maybe no tomorrow. That need to be understood right now. However, there are certain silver linings, like some ray of hope is there. So we are having some examples of hope and action. A future can be built. Like some success stories are there, like Israel's water recycling. 90% of wastewater is reduced to irrigation, and that is helping out somehow or the other. Chennai's rain water harvesting, fine, government push help a little bit replenish the groundwater. Then Ganga cleanup project, ongoing efforts are there, and we hope that it will very soon revive river. That may be another ray of hope of survival if we are able to do that. And we can create that change. Governments, corporations, citizens must unite together, because every action, big or small, contributes to a better future. We have the power, the choice is ours. Water saved today is the life saved tomorrow, and therefore let us act now. Final call to action. If you really want to save life, you should start from saving water. Start small, but start it today. Inspire others to conserve water. Be the voice of change in your community. The future belongs to those who conserve water today. Now, some local examples I have collected. Let's take some examples from Delhi only. Fine. Several regions in Delhi have experienced acute water shortage, like South Delhi. Localities such as Greater Kailash, Hauskas, Lajpat Nagar, Panchsheel Park, and Chittaranjan Park, they have faced water supply disruptions. And the data is taken from one of the news agencies. Then East and Southern Delhi. Areas including Mayur Vihar Phase 1, Ogla Phase 2, Lakshmi Nagar, Peek Vihar, they have reported water scarcity. And one example I want to give from our school only. In the morning only, our water master Mr. Jajan told me that when we had this tubewell boring, then we got the water at 200 feet. Now recently EFPI was trying, and they had to go deeper to 800 feet. So you understand how the water level is going down here in our area only. Fine. Then if we go to the central Delhi, then regions like Defence Colony, ITO, Rajghat, and areas under the New Delhi Municipal Council have been affected due to water crisis. Now other notable areas are Majnu Katila, ISBT, GPO, South Extension, Basant Kunj, Kalkaji and Punjabi Bagh have also experienced water shortage. These are the near ones, and that is why in the major ones I was talking about some of the major cities including Delhi will face this water crisis. Then causes of water scarcity in Delhi: pollution of water sources. We are letting the water sources polluted, like high ammonia levels in the Yamuna river, often exceeding 2.5 parts per million. Fine, have led to reduced production at key water treatment plants like Wazirabad, and then high ammonia levels in Yamuna river, often exceeding 2.5 parts per million, have led to reduced production at key water treatment plants like Wazirabad. Over extraction of groundwater. If we need 100 liters, we are extracting 1000 liters. And when we have 1000 liters, we waste it. How we waste it? We'll see it further. Okay, to meet our city's growing water demand, there has been excessive extraction of groundwater. And these are the facts, these are the actual data collected from different agencies, that has already been brought to the immediate attention. Inefficient water management, issues such as leaking pipelines, outdated infrastructure and inadequate maintenance, they have resulted in significant water losses, further intensifying the scarcity. Now, climate change. However, climate change is again due to the human actions, and now it is resulting in crisis for the survival. So these climate changes have reduced the availability of surface water and hinder the replenishment of groundwater reserves. Actions needed to address the crisis: work on controlling the pollution, like implement stringent regulations to prevent industrial effluents and untreated sewage from entering the river, Yamuna river. Enhancing the capacity and efficiency of sewage treatment plants is very crucial. Sustainable groundwater management is another requirement. Enforce policies to regulate groundwater extractions and promote artificial recharge techniques such as rainwater harvesting to refill and renew the water bodies. Infrastructure upgradation. Invest in modernizing the water distribution network to minimize the losses due to the leaks and inefficiencies. Regular maintenance and monitoring are essential. There also technology will work a major role. Public awareness and participation, educate citizens about water conservation practices and encouragement, community involvement in local water management initiatives, that will be another help. And if not done, then there might be a lot of health hazards, lot of diseases, and then there will be an economic decline, and of course there will be social unrest because there would be the shortage of water, so the common life will be disturbed, and of course environmental degradation will be there. So over extraction of groundwater, polluted water bodies can lead to the loss of biodiversity and the degradation of ecosystem as well. Now, how much water can we save daily? I want you all to be very careful, because every one of you with immediate effect work on it, as how much water can we save daily, a thought-provoking reality check. Water conservation starts at home. Small, mindful daily habits can save hundreds of liters of water per family every day. Let's see how. When we take baths, let's see how we can save water there. And how much. Shower. When we take a shower of average 8 minutes, 10 liters per minute we spend. So if we are taking a shower for 8 minutes, we are using approximately 80 liters of water. Fine, it may vary a little depending on the duration of shower we are taking. Fine, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Fine. If we use bucket instead, then 1 to 2 buckets. In fact, 1 bucket of water of approximately 15 to 20 liters is enough for a person to take baths. On that average, daily saving per person will be 50 to 60 liters. One person. If one person switches to bucket from shower, then 50 to 60 liters of water can be saved by one person, and the family of 4 per day can save approximately 200 to 240 liters water every day. That means per year 73,000 to 87,600 liters, and this much amount of water is enough to provide drinking water to 100 plus people for a year. If we just become a little cautious, if we switch to bucket, that means for 1 year we are solving the drinking water issues of approximately 100 plus people every year. Fine. So contribution of 100 can multiply it to 100. Remember how one person and one family matters. Now brushing your teeth and turning off the taps. Fine. When you brush your teeth and if you use the running tap during brushing teeth, if you let a running tap, then in 5 minutes, approximately 7 liters per minute, you spend around 35 liters of water you spend in 5 minutes brushing. And in that case, using a mug of water instead, that will take only 1 liter of water. And daily saving per person will be 34 liters, and a family of 4 per day will save approximately 136 liters daily. And per year it can be 49,640 liters. That is enough to fill a small swimming pool. Now, flushing mindfully. Half flush and full flush. When we use the flush just for urination, let's be careful that we should always go for half flush. There are the manual flush tanks where you can turn it off as enough amount of water is gone there. So full flush, it takes 10 liters versus half flush takes 4 to 5 liters. If we switch to half flush for urination and average 4 times a day, however it goes many more times, but we are taking it 4 times a day, then 20 to 25 liters are saved per person daily. And in that case, a family of 4 per day can save approximately 80 to 100 liters of water. And per year, it will go to 29,200 to 36,500 liters of water saving. That's enough water to sustain a person for over 7 years in drinking needs. Then using RO wastewater for household chores. RO purifiers waste 3 liters of every 1 liter of drinking water. If you are taking 1 liter of drinking water, that means you are going to exhaust 3 liters of water that is non-drinkable. Okay? So how to use it? An average family uses 10 liters of RO water daily. Therefore, 30 liters of RO water goes in the waste. So that 30 liters of RO water can be reused. Fine, like for mopping, for washing utensils, for watering plants. And if 30 liters saved daily, then per year it may go to 10,950 liters saved per year. That's an amount of water an average person drinks in 15 years. Washing vegetables and fruits in a bowl instead of running tap. So running tap 10 liters per wash. Fine. Using a bowl 2 liters. Daily saving 8 liter, family of 4. Daily saving 32 liters, per year saving 11,680 liters, and enough to meet the cooking water needs of a family for 3 years. Then we have washing clothes efficiently, then hand washing under running tap that almost weighs around 50 liters, using a bucket 20 liters, that means 30 liters saved, using full loading machine instead of half loads. It takes 20 to 40 liters saved per wash. Total daily saving 50 to 70 liters. Per year saving 18,000 to 50 to 25,550 liters. That's equivalent to filling 50 water tanks of 500 liter each. That means 50 families can be supplied almost for every day. Dishwashing with a tap instead of running tap. Running tap 15 liters per minute. 5-minute wash 75 liters using a tub. It takes around 20 to 30 liters per wash, so 45 to 50 liters of saving. Per year saving approximately 20,075 liters. That's enough water to provide drinking water to a person for 30 years. Okay. Yes, this is a total data that we have talked about, like how much we can save using bucket, turning off tap while brushing, smart flushing, RO based, vegetable washing in a bowl, efficient washing machine and washing methods, smart dishwashing, and total saving per family. If you see 2,08,000 to 2,47,000 liters, and that goes around enough water to sustain 50 plus people for a year. Okay, so this is how the power of collective action. If just 100 families, just see, I was talking about if just 100 families follow these simple practices, 20 to 25 million liter of water can be saved per year. Around 100 students are sitting here. If you can make your family follow this, then 20 to 25 million liter of water can be saved in 1 year just from this small community of 100 here sitting together. If a lakh families adopt these changes, then 2 to 2.5 billion liters saved annually, and that's enough to sustain an entire city for a month. This way, that every city, all major cities, they face 1 month of water crisis, so every year one city can be protected. A call to action, every dog counts. Then imagine a world where everyone, these are certain things to reflect. The crisis we are facing, there are something I want you to reflect. Imagine where everyone values water like any precious thing. Imagine cities where no child sleeps thirsty. Imagine a future where rivers run clean and groundwater levels rise instead of depleting. The future is in our hands. If we start today, we can prevent the next water crisis, next world war, and next extinction. If we act now, we can ensure life for generations to come. And now I request every one of you to stand up and take a pledge to save water. And it's written here, and please repeat. Everyone, please keep your right hand forward and take the pledge, repeating it after me. Water is life. And every drop counts. Today, on World Water Day, I pledge to do my part in protecting and conserving this precious resource. I will turn off the taps while brushing, washing, and cleaning. I will get the leaking taps and pipes fixed at home and in my surroundings. I will use water wisely wherever possible, such as using wastewater from washing vegetables for plants. I will spread awareness about water conservation among my families, friends and community. I will support and participate in the efforts to keep rivers, lakes and water bodies clean. I will respect and value every drop of water, knowing that many around the world struggle for access to clean water. I pledge to be a guardian of water today and always for the well-being of people, nature and future generations. Save water, save life. Jai Hind. Have a great day ahead. Please reflect on it and let's ensure that we can prevent any water crisis in future. May God bless us all in this great initiative. Thank you.